Hello my dear students, I am Prabhat Dubey, your English teacher from LPM Public School, Gola, and today we will start the first chapter of your English literature, that is Finding My Way. In this chapter, story of a boy and his early childhood experiences are shared, and the name of the writer is Mr. Venkat Raman Singh Syam, and this chapter is co-written by another writer as Anand. So both of these writers have cumulated their efforts, and a beautiful story is before us. In this particular chapter, the writer has just portrayed the impact of nature, the early childhood where the life of the writer was largely impacted by nature. He was born in a village where natural beauty was at abundance. The river was there, dense forest was there. So there was a great influence of these natural beauties, the natural phenomenon, the fishing in pond, collecting berries, mangoes from forest, and all type of rural areas activities were in common to that boy. And that impact was seen in the life of that writer over the years. Through his entire journey, the influence of nature was noticed. So we will start. The first four lines that are written in red color are just mentioned over here to increase your curiosity, to attach yourself to this chapter. So first we will discuss that. The first line is, Gond art is a form of tribal painting common in central India, and it was made popular by Jangar Singh. We know that India is a land of great diversity, different types of cultures, different types of communities are there. So in this chapter, a particular Gond art is being discussed that is popular in the tribal community of Gond. Gond is a tribal community, and their art, their culture, their dance is mentioned by Gond art. So that boy is highly connected to that, and that particular tribal painting that is called Gond art was made popular by Jangar Singh, and he was, the writer Venkat was nephew of Jangar Singh. So he was also very closely associated with this Gond art. And later, after getting experience, he was also known as a famous Gond artist. In this extract from his autobiography, Finding My Way, co-written with S. Anand and Venkat Shyam, talks about his early influences. In this chapter, the writer S. Anand has portrayed the childhood experiences of his life, and this chapter is extracted from his autobiography that is named as Finding My Way, and another writer of this book helped him in all over the autobiography. So we will start in the first line that is written in black. I didn't learn from school and books. I fished in river, Hallen, stole corn cobs, learned to plow, heard the bana. And now the writer is just making yourself understand the particular situation in which that particular boy was born. He is not associated with the modern life. You can assume the rural areas where all type of facilities, amenities, electricity, highly sophisticated technologies are not there. But the influence of nature is at abundance, and that is highly associated with his character. He is busy in fishing, river Hallen is there, and the boy is very fond of fishing. He is stealing corn cobs as the children are involved in different types of practices during their childhood. They do some nonsensical activities as well, but they provide them a lot of entertainment. He is very fond of listening Bana, a tribal song is there. Fishing brings back memories of a story my grandfather Prasadi Lal killed. Fishing is a thing that is very interesting for him, and it reminds him of his grandmother named Prasadilal Uike, who was very closely associated with that boy, who bestowed on me my long-winded name. The boy's grandfather has given him the long name Venkatraman Singh Syam. Okay. And the writer is also mentioning that a dhobi who does his washing in the river also feeds the fish every day. One day a fish which seeks to repay his gratitude tells him about the imminent end of the world. Our story was told to this boy during his childhood by the grandfather Prasadilal Uike. And that story tells that there was a washerman who does the washing in the river and also used to feed the fish in the river. That was a very kind act, and the fish that was daily fed by the washerman showed his gratitude. The fish told that he is very obliged to the washerman because of the food that is being given to them. So the fish is sharing the fact that imminent end of the world is approaching very fast. The man wonders how he can save himself and his loved ones. Now the man is worried that end of world is very near. How can I save my and life of my family members and friends? The fish suggests that he get into a wooden box which it would ferry to safety. The fish is suggesting the washerman that you, along with all of your loved ones, your family members and your pet animals, sit in a wooden box, and that fish told that he will ferry him to a safe place. After the apocalypse, when the God searches for life on earth, he finds the dhobi, his sister, the fish, and the rooster, and the world is remade. After the disaster, God finds that this wooden box is at a safe place, and the person who was sitting in that wooden box, the dhobi, his sister, the fish, and the rooster are safe. And except them, all the world is ruined, devastated. It was a child that I had my first encounter with Kabir. Now he is sharing an experience that he met Kabir during his childhood. His simple language was rather similar to the Gondi Hindi mix we spoke. The language of rural area people are generally not standard. There is influence of different types of languages, as is the case with Kabir. His language is mixed, Hindi and Gondi. We spoke, and the karma song we sang. On winter morning, a well-attired Vasudeva would pass through our village. Now he is saying that the language that is in practice is mixed with Hindi and Gondi. And the karma song, a specific type of song, is being recited in that village, and that is named as karma. Now he is sharing that on winter morning, well-attired Vasudev would pass through our village. A person is named as Vasudev. He is considered to be the Lord Vasudev. Would pass through his village. A picture of grace, dignity, and peace. Vasudev is provided with all types of spiritual powers. His dress is very neat and clean. There is dignity and peace on his face. When he will pass through the forest, he held a 3-string tambura in one hand, cymbals in other, and a haunting song on his lips. Vasudev is reciting a song, and the musical instruments, one is tambura, that is like a violin or like a sitar, and another one is cymbals, that is a metallic object that is used during the folk music, and a haunting song, a song that is recited by Vasudev is very influencing. Though I didn't understand much, I was mesmerized by the music and the words, just like I was entranced by the palace flowers that flaunted their beauty along the Hallam River. Now that boy is saying that the message that is being shared by this song is not clear to him, but the music is very influencing. That is just making the soul ignited. That boy is very fond of the music. Even the words are not clear to him, and he is just comparing that mesmerizing effect with the beauty that is created by the palas flowers. Palas is a special type of tree that is being grown near the Halland River, and the red flowers fall from that tree and create a very beautiful scene on the bank of the river Halland. So he is just comparing the beauty of that song with this palas flowers. And that river Halland, which was strewn with massive rocks, perhaps the debris of some prehistoric volcanic ash. There was also the reticent but resolute cover tree, hiding its color in the busted trunk. Only when scrapped did it yield blood red sap that could be used as a dye. Now he is just elaborating the beauty of the river Halland and the trees and the plants that are present on the bank of the river Halland. There is sometime at prehistoric times there was volcanic eruptions. That's why the lot of stones are there, and that stone is making the flow of the river in zigzag manner. That stone is hampering the flow, and there are abundant amount of kavua tree. Kavua is a special type of tree where the lower part of the trunk is quite heavy, and there is a red sap when you scratch the bark of the